Hello and welcome to this new lecture on data types. The concept of variables was covered in the last lecture. After discussing variables, this new lecture will now explore data types. There are numerous types of data types, each of which will be covered individually. The first data type is a string. String data type refers to any declaration of a variable and any statement enclosed in an inverted comma. For instance, you use the text hello world after declaring the variable a. The statement now has two options for printing. One approach is to type the statement directly into the document you want to print it on. You can also use console.log to call the variable instead of using the console command. You can now print the statement twice. One is a browser where the JavaScript engine has all the data installed. Now open the browser and press F12 or choose Inspect from the context menu of the right-click button. The console will appear when you select the F12 or Inspect option. No data will appear in the console for the time being. Go to VS Code, copy the file location, and then paste it into the browser to display data in the console. Because you need to create a file in JavaScript to import or add data. All data is printed in the browser. Leave it for the time being and launch the terminal console. Run node index.js from the terminal now. You must install Node on your operating system for it to function. So let's return to the string. The string code is as follows: var a equals hello world, console.log a, run node index.js in the terminal now, and hello world will appear. Alright, so next is the Boolean data type. A Boolean consists of two statements. One is true and the other is false. You should use the Boolean data type whenever you wish to print a true or false assertion. Declare two variables, for instance c and x, and run the console as follows: var c equals true, var x equals false, console.log c. Now if you open a terminal window and type node index.js, true will be displayed. Now, if you run node index.js in the terminal and type console.log x, false will be displayed. If you don't already have a foundational understanding of JavaScript, the basics we are studying today will be very helpful for the next lectures of this new lecture. Okay, now on to null data types. Null is the next data type, and when you use null, the terminal will display a value of 0. A case in point, var y equals null, console.log y. Go to the terminal now and type node index. The terminal will display null in JavaScript. There are numerous additional little data types, and we'll talk about them whenever they come up in a project. So far we've described the data types for strings, numbers, booleans, and null. After looking into data types, we need to address the notions of array and objects. So let's simply explain them now. Let's talk about arrays now. Okay, so let's declare a variable for this purpose, then add some random names to the array. A large amount of data can be displayed in a single variable using an array. This procedure's code is as follows: var z equals square brackets Joe, Carlos, Brandon, console.log z. Now if you go to the terminal and run node index.js, names along with array Joe, Carlos, Brandon will be printed in the terminal. You can also print array which includes numbers, like as follows: var z equals Joe, 20, Carlos, console.log. Now if you go to the terminal and run node index.js array, Joe, 20, Carlos will be printed in the terminal. So by using these methods, you can print array. You can print an array by doing that. The following concept has to do with objects. To further grasp this idea, let's define a variable a and then write an example using curly brackets. Alright, for example, let's write name Carlos, age 20, and a random email address. Keep in mind that strings should only be written in strings, otherwise errors can appear. In the console, call this variable a now. So this procedure's code is as follows: var a equals curly brackets, name colon Carlos, comma, age colon 20, email colon abc@gmail.com, close curly brackets, console.log a, now launch node index.js in the terminal. The entire object will be printed in the terminal. Hence, these are some JavaScript fundamentals that you should be familiar with since they will be mentioned in upcoming lectures. Okay, so that's pretty much it for now. Let's move on to the next lecture.